guys, Happy New Year, and I am so excited to be sitting down to film my 2017 Best of Beauty. I am so excited. These are like my all-time favorites. These are things that made the cut. I use them all the time. I've loved them all year. These are the best of the best to me, and I'm so excited to sit down and talk about them. Most of them you probably heard of them. Some of them you may not, because some of them I may not mention on camera, but I've been wearing a lot, so I'm so excited. I don't have too much because I really cut it down. Was like, this is only gonna be the best of the best. So we're gonna see how it goes. So let's get into this video. So I'm gonna go in like how I do my foundation, kind of like, not my foundation, how I do my makeup. Like, I'm gonna go in that order. So first things first, we have my primer. This is my Holy Grail primer. I'll be wearing it till the day I die. It's the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. It's a replenishing face primer, and it just keeps my foundation very moisturized. I have dry skin, so this is a lifesaver when it comes to that. It makes my makeup just look good. It helps it stay, I think. Like, I don't ever notice that my foundation is not staying because of it. It works with all sorts of foundations. I've never had a foundation that didn't work with it. It's just so good, and it's more like a moisturizing primer, but it still gets tacky, and I absolutely love it. I've gone through bottles and bottles and bottles of this because I love it that much. And then I have two foundation favorites. So my first foundation favorite I used earlier in the year, and I still use it now. It's just a little, I've moved on to some things. If you watch my vlog, you know what I'm talking about. You should watch my vlog. It's down in the info bar. It should have gone out on Monday, so you should watch my vlog. This is the NARS foundation. I have it in Light 4, which is my light shade. I actually have 3 shades of this because I loved it that much. It's a sheer foundation. I don't like super coverage foundations. Like, I'm not a high coverage girl because I don't have a lot of problems I need to hold up. It's more to just, I have like a little bit of like uneven skin tone, and then I will get a pimple every now and again, and then it's more just like a base for my foundation, not my foundation, a base for my makeup. And so I don't need super full coverage ever because that's not what I need for my skin. So I like this because it's medium to light coverage, I would say, and I absolutely love it. I think it looks beautiful on, and it definitely does a glowy skin tone. I'm not a matte girl, I'm a glowy girl. So as I say that, the last few months, about August or so, I think, I discovered this. It's the Fit Me Matte and Poreless. During the summer, I used the dewy one, and I liked it. But this one is so good. This is hands down one of the best drugstore foundations I've ever used. Like, I am a big fan, and my color is, this is my pale color, so light beige 118, and it's honestly very similar sort of to the NARS, but it's got great coverage. It's even, it looks good, and for $5 it cannot be beat. Like, I'm very impressed. You should definitely go pick it up. Now on to concealer. Bet you could guess it. Everyone and their mother's best concealer 2017 is definitely the Tarte Shape Tape. It cannot be matched. It covers everything with a dot. It just looks flawless. You don't even need to set it. I do set it, but you don't need to. And it's just honestly so good. I just noticed today that I'm running low, and I'm like, ooh, I don't want to buy this again. It's expensive. And also, the one thing that everyone loves about it, look at that applicator. It's huge. It's so good. I'm not going to rave too much about it because everyone in the beauty community has heard about this, but this is definitely a win for me. And to set my under eyes, I use the NYX finishing powder. It's a banana powder, so it's a yellowy undertone because it doesn't have flashback. When you use a clear one, it gives you a lot of flashback under your eyes, but this just looks more natural, and it also brightens the under eye area. And I have Hit Pan, and I am honestly impressed with myself. I use this every day. I apply it with a wet sponge, and I absolutely love it, and it's just so good. I think it's just as good as any high-end powder I use. Especially, I use the HD, what is it? The Makeup Forever HD under eye powder, and this is definitely like a good dupe for that. Okay. Next, I'm going to go on to the brows. So, I have used the same 3 brows products for entirety of 2017. They are my go-to. They are my holy grail. They're what I'm going to do my brows with forever. I am very happy with my brows now. I spent the last year growing them out, and I absolutely love them now. I have huge brows, and I am proud. So the first thing I use to my brows is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown. I know what you're thinking. I have blonde hair, but my brows are super dark. I am a natural blonde. Don't at me on that. this is my natural hair color, but my brows are super dark, so I use a dark pencil to match them, obviously. And then, so I love that Anastasia Brow Wiz. That's no surprise there. Everyone loves this. And then so I use that on the outer corner of my brows. And then on the inside, I use the Essence Make Me Brow, which is a dupe for the Benefit something brow tool. And I use that in blondie browns to kind of lighten that up and make it a little more natural. I don't fill in this part with pencil because that's a little too harsh for me. This just lightens it up, and I love that. That's definitely what makes or breaks my brows. And then finally, this is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. You can't tell because the packaging is all rubbed off, but it is amazing. It is literally hairspray for your brows, so that is my thing for perfect eyebrows. You should definitely check those out. Okay, as we're talking about eyebrows, we're going to move on to eyeshadow. So I had to narrow it down to one palette. I was like, can you get one palette? And what would that be? So I have decided that the thing I've used every day for the entirety of 2017 has been the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. And it's just so good for just some good eyeshadow. I use other palettes or shimmering stuff added in, but the one palette I have used all of 2017 has definitely been this Naked Basics palette, and I absolutely love it. They're so blendable, they're so pretty, especially when I was super into like super warm colors. That was good. It also, it is the perfect purple. It's so good. It's definitely a staple. I don't know what I would do without it. I love other palettes, but this just made the cut for me. Okay, next thing I use is, I also narrowed it down to one mascara. So I love trying mascaras. I literally have a drawer full of mascaras. I use so many mascaras, but the one I always end up going back to is the Maybelline New York Lash Sensational. It just makes your eyelashes so unbelievably long and not clumpy at all, and it's only $7 in the drugstore, and I absolutely love it. So you should definitely try it. I love long eyelashes, and this does it for me. So okay, on to face makeup. So I got this in October, I want to say, and I have wanted it for years. And I actually got it from TJ Maxx because they had it, because they changed their packaging this year, Kat Von D did. And so they had these at TJ Maxx, so I didn't have to pay full price for it. And it's so pretty. Like, this just gives the perfect contour. I use it to sculpt out my contour. I use it to contour. These two shades obviously are my favorite. They work best for my skin tone, especially right now when I'm super pale. But they also use a yellow powder. I still honestly like my HD Finishing Powder by NYX better than this one. This one's a little too yellow for me. But this has just been the contour game this last few months, and it made the cut because I was like, yeah, I used other contouring stuff this year, but it was like because I didn't have this. So this is going to go in, even though I've only had it for a few months. On top of that, this is my Holy Grail bronzer. I have it in light bronzer and bronzer for when I'm super pale and when I'm not so super pale. And it's just so smooth. It feels literally like butter, and it smells literally like you're going on vacation. How many times am I going to say literally? And I absolutely love it. It just goes on so smooth. That's the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula. I absolutely love that, and I'm going to put it down before I drop it. Okay, the other bronzer that I love this year, especially in the fall, I actually had this in a palette, and then the palette dropped in the toilet. So I had to buy it by itself. And this is the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. I love this. It's so good. It's been around forever and a day, but it's just such the perfect color. It's a definitely more warmer bronzer, and so I like it especially in the summer when I'm doing for like not my pale self look. I absolutely love that. So next up we have blush, and it's honestly so hard for me to pick a blush because I use so many blushes. It's kind of like the mascara thing again. I love blush. I try all different blushes. I used to have a blush palette that I loved, and I dropped it in the toilet along with the Hoola bronzer, so I don't have that anymore. But the one I definitely love this year is the Milani Luminoso blush. It's just such a pretty shade. It looks so natural. You don't even have to apply a highlight with it. And it's so pretty. It's just a perfect peachy color. I heard from a little birdie on the YouTube community that they reformulated this and it's darker, and I'm not excited about it. So hopefully this will last me forever, so I never have to use a different one. And then finally, not finally, but the last for the cheeks, the highlight of 2017, like you even had to guess. Jacqueline, you know what's up. Champagne Pop is my favorite highlight. I use it all year long. I would bathe in it if I could. It's so pretty. It fits my skin tone so well. It works in the winter. It works in the summer. It just makes me look like a glowing goddess, and I absolutely love it. I have it on today. I have it on every day. I bought other highlights, and I don't use them because I just always go back to this one because I think it just looks so perfect with my skin tone, with every skin tone, honestly. It's so creamy, so good, so beautiful. I had it in a palette. I bought it by itself. I now have 3 of these. I'm obsessed. So I could talk the whole video just about this little highlight, but I'm not going to because I know you don't want to hear that. And next we have the lips. So I only narrowed it down to 3 lip products for 2017. The first one is my all-time fave chapstick. If you've heard anything about me ever, you know that I am obsessed with this. I have them everywhere in my life. There's one in my drawer, there's one in my purse. I've turned that on to everybody in my life. I preach the gospel about these. This is the Smith's Rosebud Salve in the tube. I have the one in the jar. The tube is better. Just gotta go ahead and put that out there. Tube is so much better. So get this. It's $7 at Sephora or Ulta. And then my all-time fave lipstick is the Katy Perry CoverGirl in Couture. I need a new one. It's like I'm almost out. When you've used a lipstick that much, I literally wear it every day. I am obsessed. So if you've seen me in any lipstick this year, it's been this one. This is the only one. I need to buy a new one, and it's beautiful. And then as far as liquid lipsticks, I got this a few months ago, and it is the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Lolita. I love it. I think it's perfect. It's beautiful. The formulation of these is so amazing. I want a million more. I'm definitely going to buy more. I really hope I'm not talking too fast. But yeah, I love that. And then my all-time fave setting spray. I have other setting sprays, but this is one I discovered and have loved in 2017. I've gone through 3 bottles. It is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. And Kathleen Light turned me onto this, and I absolutely love it. It works like, you know, how you, like, I use, like, the MAC setting spray and the Urban Decay to, like, soften the powder and set. But this one does both. It, like, makes your foundation and concealer and everything blend in well, and it sets it all day. And I absolutely love it. It's wonderful. That is all I have to say on that. And then I have a couple brushes I wanted to show you guys. So the first thing is my favorite sponge of 2017. I've used other sponges. I've used Beauty Blenders. I've used the Morphe sponge. And I always seem to go back to the Real Techniques one. I don't know what it is about it. I love it. I don't know. But I love it. I think it works so well. I love the shape of it. I love everything about it. I use one for foundation and concealer and all that, and one for powder. And I love it. That's all I have to say. All of these things. It's like, I love it. I don't have an explanation. And then the 3 brushes I have to show you guys, honestly, all affordable. One is my favorite Real Techniques brush. And this is the brush I use for blush. The brush I use for blush. Well, it's Tongue Twister. And I don't know what it's called because I just realized that all the writing's bored off of it. But it's this one. It's pink and it's shaped like this. And I need to wash it. And then my favorite eyeshadow brush is this e.l.f. brush. And I also don't know the name of it. I am a fake YouTuber. But it's like this. And my favorite, these are dirty, highlight brush is this e.l.f. one. And I just feel like it works perfectly for my highlight. I don't know. I tried. Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed my 2017 beauty favorites. Coming up next is going to be my 2017 skincare and hair care favorites. Those will be coming up in a few days, so you should definitely go check that out. If it's up, I will link it down below. But if not, keep an eye out. You subscribe so you can see that because that's going to be a super fun video. But I separated them because I know not everyone cares about the skincare and hair care. Not everyone cares about makeup. Also, this video would be insanely long if I had both in here. So you should definitely subscribe down below if you want to see that and see weekly vlogs that are coming up and so many cool videos that I played in 2017 already. And then you also should like this video if you enjoyed it. So I will see you guys in a few days. Bye guys! Happy New Year!